Jalen Ramsey, RPT.
Jalen, I'm curious about the chemistry you guys in the secondary specifically have continued to build, obviously with your role expanding and how guys have to sort of rotate around you and will rotate around you in various ways. How has that chemistry expanded and maybe one or 2 points guys you're proud of in that regard?
I'm proud of everybody. I'm proud of everybody in that room. It takes a lot to do what we're doing. A lot of guys are asked to do different roles this year, bigger roles this year. And you got D. Will, who's even in an expanded role. Everybody likes to talk about me being in an expanded role, but he's doing it as well. And honestly, he makes it easy for me, and he helps me be able to be in an expanded role because he can be versatile and do some different things too. So that's great. People got to talk about that a little bit more, just because they really have a command and they're really communicating really well to set up not only just the secondary but the linebackers too. We have a great communication and kind of like you said, that comes from our chemistry that we're continuing to build and our vibe we have. I'm being put in positions that I've never been put in before to make plays and do things for the team. So I was kind of just doing that, I guess.
But then they close like Jalen Ramsey does, and you think you've got a crackback block. You think a guard is going to take him out in Whitehair, and there he is right in the middle of the action.
And boy, what a performance by Jalen Ramsey. You're talking about a guy who's shaking the tag of a shutdown corner and going to just a football player. One of the better performances I've seen by the young man. I know it's not saying much, but since I've been coaching him.
Jalen Ramsey, they want to get him in the action. When he was out wide playing cornerback, there just wasn't that much action because teams would throw away from him. Now you bring him down into that star position that Al talked about, and now he can take care of people with his physical presence as well.
How unique, I mean, in your experience coaching in the NFL, is to have a corner who is so willing and eager to be as physical and get in and kind of get...
I think it's really fair to say, Lindsay, that willing is an understatement. I mean, this guy absolutely embraces it and loves it and wants it. And he's able to go in and mix it up with the big boys. He's able to go out and play with the skilled guys and match skill with those guys. And he likes to be challenged. He likes to move around, likes to do different things. He is certainly a challenge for me when it comes to finding different ways to keep him motivated and keep him that active. You have an opportunity to think where you can place him and where you can put him and where you can be most effective on which plays and why. And I think he appreciates that. And especially when he comes into the building, is one of the first guys in the building to find out, hey, what's going on this week? What we doing? What's our matchups look like? You know, what's the plan? And you got to love that from a young man. But he's very unique when it comes to going in there, mixing it up. I don't know many people that can do it that way.
He seems like he provides almost like a quarterback who can manipulate coverage, do different things on the other side. It seems like he provides answers to certain problems that may have popped up in the past as you guys try to evolve this defense moving forward.
You just described what I've been talking about as far as dictating terms. You know, a lot of times on defense, you got to be reactive and you got to catch up to what people are trying to do to you, and you got to go on the sideline. You got to make adjustments. I think he makes people adjust. You know, when he comes out and he's lined up at either corner, he's lined up at the star position, he's lined up at a safety position. You know, at times he's lined up at an outside linebacker position, almost looks like. He makes people adjust to what he's doing and how they want to try to attack him or try to get around him or however you want to look at it. So he's a person that allows you to be able to go out and dictate terms, and it's exactly what you just described. And that's what makes it so fun as a coach, to be able to go on the sideline and talk to him. And the fact that he's so smart, he's able to communicate exactly what happened when he comes off the field. Had no idea how calm he was in a game-type environment until last week. And then both of us having those calm conversations and being able to look at the iPad and they've just confirmed what we just talked about and what we saw. And to be able to bring those things to life is a lot of fun coaching him. And that's why he's the secondary mic holder if something were to happen to Fuller, if he got a splinter.
Can you kind of explain why, as a corner, you're so eager to get in kind of the physical action? It seems like historically there's been a lot of great corners who tend to stay out of all the physical stuff, but you seem to be a guy who just wants to be in the middle of it all.
I guess I don't view myself as, just a corner. Like, that's just what I've been playing out of necessity of whatever team I've been a part of and how I've been viewed in the league. But I feel like I'm just a defensive back, so I can play anywhere on the field, and that's just part of my game. That's part of where my impact comes from, is also being physical, not just covering guys.
When have you always known that's what you want to be, or is that something that's come along as, I know these on the broadcast you've gotten bored lockdown corners? It's been so long. You wanted to be that physical, or is that just always?
It's always been that, honestly. Like I said, it's just I've just been on the outside out of necessity and out of game plan. Whether it was in Jacksonville or whether it's here, but they see the value in moving me around a little bit, so it's been good.
Is that role that you're playing this year, is it an extension of what you did last year, or different, or more?
I guess you could say that. Look, last year was sprinkle in there here and there, but this year it's kind of, I guess, no boundaries to where I may be during the game. I have no limits to a specific game plan. I mean, I don't know where I'm gonna be playing each week when I come in here on Wednesdays and try to figure out the game plan. It might change Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know. It might change on game day. I might be asked to do whatever, but I'm always gonna be up for it. So it's different, I would say, to answer your question. It's different than last year, but you could say it's probably an extension of it. Sometimes if I feel like being in a certain position, I'll just tell D-Will, like, hey, let's switch or let's move or whatever the case may be. It's just game plan.
How important is Darius's versatility to what you're able to do?
Very important. Yeah, very important. Just being able to basically do the same thing I'm doing, honestly, play inside and outside at times. Him being able to do that allows me to play more freely and be able to do it more, I guess you could say. But he's doing the same thing, it's just different a little bit.
Jalen, Raheem said something interesting about the way that you guys communicate feedback and sort of troubleshoot together in the DB's room and in the defensive room. What is that communication space like? And he mentioned that you've taken on a role of not just kind of taking younger guys under your wing in that regard, but also opening that communication line. This is what I see. This is how we can do this differently or better.
Basically everything you just said, kind of that's how we speak about it, or that's how I do. Honestly, it's my 6th year. I've had some success being in the league. I've had some success doing different things, playing different techniques, playing different schemes. So I try to bring all of that knowledge that I've gained over the years to the other DBs who might not have as much experience as I've had in different schemes, and even sometimes challenging my coaches.
Right ankle injury. Looks like they're going to try to tape it up and see if he can make a go of it again. And man, look at the frustration, the disgust. I feel for him. I feel for you, Wentz.
It's Jacob Eason.
How they have turnover chains? What's the sideline like when you guys are doing what y'all supposed to be doing?
We don't got no turnover changes, man. We get paid to do this, you know what I mean? We get checks like that. Our check gonna clear, you know what I mean? But it's cool. It's a vibe. It's fun, man.
One of the best DBs/safeties in the game, Jalen Ramsey, just literally sitting on those routes. And he understands what the concept is. They call this a levels concept. You have one running to the corner in front, one behind, and he's too good of a player to just lob the ball up like that.
Interception and sort of close it out.
It felt great, honestly. It was a great call by Coach. T-Rap had great communication pre-snap for us to play a little game there. And he floated the ball, and I just went to make a play.